And welcome into Extra Time, a weekly video podcast with Fox 4 and FC Naples as we take you behind the scenes every week for the first season of professional soccer here in Southwest Florida. And we have a heated rivalry game coming up this weekend. Chattanooga Red Wolves SC. We played them twice now. Draw the first match, tough loss the second one, and this all comes in the middle of a heated playoff race. Let's get started.
Yeah, obviously road environments are always tough. So anytime you can take a point on the road, it's a positive. Obviously, you want to win every game, but anytime you can take a point on the road, that's great. It was a weird game. We had a 2-hour weather delay, so that always changes things, right? Everyone gets ramped up, you get the emotions going, you get physically ready, and then it's pause, and you don't know how long it's going to be. Is it going to be 30 minutes? Is it going to eventually get delayed or postponed? And then you kind of get a 30-minute heads up that, hey, you're playing in 30 minutes and now you have to find a way to amp yourself up. So it's just for both teams, everybody involved with those weather delays, it's an interesting challenge to have to go through.
So we are coming back home now at Paradise Coast Sports Complex as we look at the upcoming schedule. So Chattanooga, so developing a rivalry here. You know, that was the first team that you played. Then you, of course, you played them in Chattanooga, and now they're coming here. But it's also a tough time in the table. You know, it's you're just above them, so whoever wins this match can really kind of set yourself a set. So is this what do you think about this rivalry that you have with Chattanooga, and how are you feeling about lining up with them?
Yeah, every game has been competitive. They've been close games. You know, they've had some heated moments in both of the games as well. So it's still developing into a rivalry. And you know, anytime you have a rivalry with a team, hopefully it brings out the best in both teams and creates a great atmosphere for the fans to enjoy watching, you know, passionate soccer. You know, obviously we're excited to be back at home as well, to be able to get to play in front of our fans. Our players really seem to enjoy it and to put on a show for them. So we're excited that a meaningful game like this is the opportunity to play it in front of our home fans.
Mm-hmm. Do you ever think back in those games, you know, because of course Chattanooga, that was the opening one. There was that offsides penalty, which, you know, was a little controversial there. Does that stick in the back of your guys' mind, or is it you're just really trying to focus on making sure you're winning this?
Yeah, not a lot. You know, it's once a game's done, in that sense, it is what it is. You can't, you know, especially with something that's outside of your control, maybe. Obviously, you want to learn from games and take lessons learned or experiences happening in one game and improve upon it for the next. But, you know, we've had 15 games since then. We've had a lot of different situations and occurrences that you can't live in the past. You have to continually look forward and prepare for what the next challenge will be.
And now I'm joined alongside Chris Heckenberg, a 26-year-old midfielder, a pretty unique upbringing. So born in California, raised in Australia. So you got both sides of the Pacific Ocean, but how you enjoying the Gulf?
Yeah, I love it. It honestly does remind me a little bit of home, just with the beach and everything and the weather and stuff. Up until now, obviously the stormy season, that's a little bit different, but yeah, it's a beautiful area.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. How have you? What was your upbringing like? You know, how is it that you were born in California, and then I know you went back to California for college as well. So what was that in between time like?
Yeah, it was good. So I mean, my parents met in college. They're both from overseas as well. Mum's English and dad's Australian, but met in college and then started working out in California, which is where they had my sisters and me. And then we moved back to Australia before I can remember. So I spent all my time there up until my older sister went to college to play soccer and everything there. And it looked like a lot of fun. So I decided I wanted to do that as well. And it just so happened that I ended up back in California.
So is soccer a family sport then? A lot of you guys are doing it?
It's my siblings and me sport. My parents never played. But they kind of just put us into all sorts of sports and we picked which one we liked the best. And it turned out that for all three of us, it was soccer.
So then you went to college in California, and then you started your career. It's bouncing around to teams in the USL League One. How is FC Naples compared to some of these other teams? Because it is a new league. So you know how's your experience been with this team?
Yeah, it's been a really great experience so far. I think ownership and management, everything here, they're doing a really good job, despite it being their first time. But you know, as far as all my experiences have been, I'm really enjoying it.
How have you been bonding with the guys? Because it is pretty unique that you guys got like a dozen different nationalities that are represented. So kind of an international team. How have you and the guys bonded?
Yeah, definitely. There's actually a few of us that have either played with or against each other for years now. So there was it was really helpful having sort of an initial core of guys that already were pretty close. And then, I mean, there's so much to do around here that off the field we can spend time at the beach or go bowling. There's golf courses all around. There's plenty of activities for us to do to get closer with one another.
Some of those activities you're doing this week is you're doing that camp with kids, teaching them. How have you been enjoying that, working with these youngsters?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun, actually. We didn't get to spend too much time on the field yesterday because of the rain and the storms and everything. But yeah, we just played some trivia, little penalty shootouts and stuff undercover. We had a great time. We're excited to do it again today.
How have you've been in this country long enough playing? Have you seen this sort of like explosion of soccer and interest in soccer? It seems like that we're seeing everywhere.
Yeah, definitely. My first year, or my final year in college, I was playing in USL 2 with Tormenta, and I think that year in USL 1 there was only maybe 10 or 11 teams, and you see it now every year. There's more and more teams being added. Next year there'll be like 16, 17 teams, maybe 15. USL Championship is growing huge. There's going to be promotion, relegation. I think it's great to see how many people are getting into it.
Join us every week on Extra Time.